Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Mates episode. We do apologize. Sorry, I mean, you're going to hear it in my voice still as well, but we were obviously absent yesterday, being the 1st of April. April Fools. Oh, dude, the amount of April Fools jokes I saw on Twitter, it's so cringe, man.
It
It's
was
so
annoying.
an AI slot, bro. But anyways, we apologize, Craig, and his fam and me and my wife actually we're all a bit unwell yesterday, and you can still slightly hear it in my voice, so I do apologize. But we're back live today, last show of the week, Craig, because it is a long weekend for Easter. So we here at Market Mates wish you all listeners and live viewers and replay viewers across all of our different platforms the best weekend ahead with your friends and family. We hope you have a lovely time. But Craig, mate, how are you feeling? How's the market? We'll talk about a lot today. We're obviously going to talk about oil. We'll talk about global markets. We'll talk about Australia. We'll talk about Australia's PM Elbow coming out and giving us an absolute nothing burger overnight. We've also got the UK's PM talking. We've got Trump talking in about 3 hours time as well. We'll talk about Bitcoin, obviously. We'll talk about normies. They're up to $300. I mean, we shared this on the channel at like $30. That's a 10x literally over the past month or so. We'll talk a little bit about Charles from ADA and Cardano, what he's talking about as well. And we'll look on chain around Drift Protocol because they had an exploit in over $270 million loss, which is absolutely nuts to think about. So, Craig, mate, how are you doing on this fine Thursday morning? Last show of the week, guys. Last show of the week. How are you, mate?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Look, I'm the same as you, a bit of a funny throat, but other than that, energy levels are a bit better. I had a nice big sleep yesterday. I need to catch up, so I feel a little bit better there. So, yeah, I'm cruising. And then obviously woke up, I saw some news yesterday, and then woke up to Drift, bear market stuff, isn't it? So, yeah, no, dude, I'm pretty good. I'm still sore, man, from the gym. I can't believe it. Like, my friggin' forearms are killing, bro. It's like I'm stuck in like this position. Like, fuck, I feel like a retard. But other than some body soreness now, I'm feeling good. Energy's coming back. So, yeah, it should be a pretty good show, brother.
Yeah, mate, it's good to be back. And as always, guys, nothing on the show is not financial advice, okay? It's all for educational and entertainment purposes only. So we'll dive straight into it. We've got Bitcoin up at the moment. So I do want to talk about the first quarterly close, so the first 3-month close that we have now in 2026. You only get 4 a year, and they are very important from a macro scale. We'll talk about the monthly close because obviously we just closed March, and it was a bullish month, which is pretty crazy to think about. But most importantly, we'll talk about this exploit, Craig. So Drift Protocol, which is a prominent protocol over on Solana, has been exploited with over $270 million in assets suspiciously transferred to a random wallet. Not 100% fully certain just yet, but it appears Drift might be getting exploited. Monitor your positions, which is pretty crazy. Wow, half of its TVL was literally exploited yesterday. Craig, mate, this is pretty astronomical to look at. If you are listening, we've got it pulled up on stream, but they have positions and money across a range of different assets. We're talking Syrup, we're talking Filecoin, we're talking WBTC, USD. We got Jitto, we got Weiss, we got Solana, USDS as well, CB, so Coinbase, BTC, USDC, and JLP as well. So a lot got exploited, mate. Pretty sad times. But hey, we always say price will show you that directions are going to happen, and it's often news that comes after the fact. And news events like this are very much black swan events. And unfortunately for Drift Protocol, it's happening right now in real time.
Yeah, that's a bit of a rough one. It kind of not made me laugh, but it sort of made me smile when I saw they took 4 million of Filecoin as well. I was like, oh, God.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yeah. Sorry for the users over there, man. That would suck. And from my understanding, someone, whoever did it, had the keys or something like that. Like, it wasn't even a hack. I think I don't know if it was someone internally, but yeah, pretty rough. So shout out to all the people in there. That must have been, if you had money sitting there, you'd be shiting yourself. You'd be like, no. Yeah, and that's always the risk about having money on these protocols. I've even got DMs from people, even semi-recently, going, oh, we've got this protocol coming up with a 20% APY. Shout out to if you're listening to the show. Do you want to recommend people to come to the protocol and we'll give you a cut? I'm like, hell no, dude. Like, I'm not recommending anyone to go to some new protocol and I get a little cut and then you scam them. I'm not saying they are scammers, but it's just too risky. It's just too risky.
No, on-chain yield is, I mean, if you didn't learn, I mean, maybe people are newer, Craig, and they see this new shiny object and it makes sense, right? Like, I'm sure people are always naturally drawn towards Oh, unrealistic yield, unrealistic opportunities, meme coins because you can get rich quick, right? That people are naturally always going to be drifting towards that, no pun intended. But basically, what like if you were here around in 2021, like you will know that you should not. I mean, on-chain yield is the biggest like risk you can have in DeFi in
Yeah.
crypto. Just look at Luna, look at FTX, look at so many examples. I mean, I can't even remember. There was even other ones as well back in 21, Craig. But Pancake Swap and all of those
Yep.
over on BS Smart Chain. So Binance Smart Chain back when I was trading in 2021, you were over there farming meme coins. You're over there farming random yields on some bunny rubbish. Like it was just crazy.
That's right.
And that it really it like because they all went to zero, right? Because then naturally they aren't pegged to anything at the end of the day, right? And so you need to be extremely careful because on-chain yield is one of the easiest ways for you to lock up money and lose money as well over time. So yeah, I do feel sorry for Drift Protocol and anybody involved. But as always, you take on any risk in crypto if you start to dabble on chain in yield protocols. So for me, Craig, I've always purposely kind of avoided this and just been happy to try and that's why I spend more time trading, because if you can trade, you don't need yield. You only need yield potentially in a bear market, but then that's where how lucrative it is at the moment to be having to like being able to trade like on Hyperliquid. You could trade gold, you could trade oil, you could trade S&P 500. It's really insane where the world is heading. And allowing you to trade 24/7 markets, it shows you that maybe you don't really need yield anymore. So for me, Craig, it's certainly something to keep on the radar because at this stage, I mean, it's such a shame to see this, but these things are going to continue happening.
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, this is not that this is necessarily bear market connected, but it's the sort of stuff that you see happen in a bear market, and it kind of stings even more, doesn't it? When prices going up by heaps, and everyone's making tons of money. Sometimes these sorts of things, like people are like, oh, I can wear that because I can make more money over here. But in a bear market, when you lose money, you've probably already lost money on your assets going down, and then you get scammed. You're like, damn, and that's why people kind of leave the space probably because they just get sick of it and go, oh, it's just safer in a bank, I suppose.
Yeah.
And yeah, so tough one, dude. That's a tough one. It's a lot of money. That's like,
I mean, $250 million. that's like you can't even understand that. You can't even understand it. So AJ Callis said, "I had a lot of funds on Drift." So talk to us, AJ. Are you okay? What's were some of your funds taken, or was it just the liquidity behind the books that was taken? Talk to us a little bit about. Have you been able to get your money off?
Yeah.
What's happening over there? What's the communication been like over there, AJ? Let us know. And obviously, we feel sorry for you, Legend. Hope we can talk through it with you as well on the show. But yeah, anyways, we had our first 3 monthly close, Craig, of 2026, and we've had back-to-back very bearish candles. We've spoken about this early in the week that last cycle we saw 1, 2, 3, 4 quarterly bearish candles before we saw our bullish engulfing candle, very much confirming a change of market structure in the bottom of the bear cycle. Previously to that, we also saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corrective quarterly candles. Not all of them were bearish back in 2018, 2019. 3 of the 5 were bearish, okay? And then we had our bullish engulfing candle and very much went crazy after that. So the lesson here is that we aren't too far away. I'm going to say at least 2 to 3 quarterly candles away from where we start to consider the bottom being in for Bitcoin. So for me specifically, Craig, that means we sit between sort of 180 days and a 270-day period where we start to consider that the Bitcoin bottom, and I mean bottom and then market structure change, is coming in. So we aren't far away. We aren't far away from the bottom here on a macro time frame, Craig. But as you can see here, we reached the 80th percentile for the first time in history on the stochastic momentum for Bitcoin on the 3-month chart. The pivot still remains at 100K, so we're well below that. And this is obviously coming down aggressively. But what we have noticed is that in the past previous cycles, we are actually seeing these charts get even shorter. So the bear cycles on macro timeframes are getting shorter and shorter each time. So if we have a look here from when we crossed bearish on the 3-monthly to when we crossed bullish again, it was 730 days from the 2018 to the 2020 period. In 2022 to 2023, it was only 638 days. Craig, the fact that we're already down this much in 274 days, even if you were to double this, another say 6 to 9 months from now, even if you doubled it, it would only put us at 540 days which would actually still put us nearly a whole 100 days, a whole 3 months quicker than what we saw last cycle, and would put us multiple hundreds of days before what we saw during the period of correction in the 2018 to 2020 bear cycle. So, Craig, we are definitely seeing history play out in real time. And people who maybe don't listen to the show often, or who maybe don't even look at charts like this, you are in history right now, and we are getting to a point where we should be thinking about reaccumulating Bitcoin, because it's probably going to be a quicker dip and a quicker low than a lot of people are probably expecting this year, Craig.
Yeah, those interesting numbers. I was just before I jumped on the show, I was looking at the quarterly Bitcoin chart, and I didn't think, which is what you're looking at right now for the people who can't see, I don't think it looks too bad. I was like, structurally, it doesn't look far from complete. And also, I'm wondering if that the 730-day sort of bear market back in up to 2020, do you reckon that was elongated or lengthened due to COVID?
Probably, but it didn't change market structure break. Like, even that high there that we saw in late 2019, early 20, didn't quite get above. But yeah, you could say that it was extended due to COVID. That definitely could be an outlier in the data. But I mean, the trend is your friend here, and the trend is showing you that you're having shorter periods of bear markets.
Yeah, hopefully we cop about a 500 to 600 day, which would put us about 200 days. So what's that? 6, 7, 8 months. Well, another, towards the end of the year, which is what we've been saying for a while. So the math that's napkin math, and you wouldn't want to beat your house on it, but towards the end of the year is looking a little bit rosier, isn't it? I mean, the crazy part about that is, look, like, just the aggressiveness in the pullback from the top this time. It was fast. It was so fast to the downside. And what's up? We've got a few people. Rocky, what's up? What's up? What's up? Heads up. Corgi, nice to see you. Yeah, bro. I was looking at this yesterday, and I was thinking, geez, it's probably not too far away from me wanting to put a bit of dry powder into this bad boy. Just time-wise, I'm like, yeah, okay, we're getting close now. I'm starting to get a little bit excited, starting to look where I could buy. I still want lower. I don't know if I'm going to get it. We had a bit of a bounce on Bitcoin, so it kind of bucked the trend. And just the way it's bouncing above the fib levels for me, I'm like, it's like it feels like I want to be careful how I say this, but we've spoken about this for a while. The majority of the damage looks done. Like, it's just been. I'm actually glad it just dumped fast, because it's like, if it had been a slow bleed, I feel like it would have been way more torturous.
Oh yeah,
In saying that, the bleed could still go. I could be wrong. It could go a year and a half, and then I'll be going, damn, it was actually a slow bleed after the fast.
Yeah.
So I'm open to it still taking longer, but the way it just aggressively dumped, I'm like, okay, maybe are the sellers starting to get exhausted now? Like, are the tourists gone? Like, surely the majority of the tourists are gone, and the majority of sellers have really crapped their pants. Like, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that specifically?
I mean, like, if you, I read on-chain stats as well, and the short-term holders are still very much underwater, and until they start to capitulate, you won't see that sort of macro bottom put in. But from a value point of view, Craig, and I'll pull up the monthly. I'm not going to give away all my secrets. If you want to get my secrets, join GTG. But I do deeper analysis than this, and give actual proper levels that I'm watching. I mean, you can get a 7-day free trial at gtg.education. But I mean, Craig, like, for me specifically, I kind of agree with you, right? I mean, like, this already shows you that there's probably value here when you consider how aggressive these two back-to-back candles were. Now, you do need to remember that we are maturing as an asset class. You do see larger price swings because price is higher, right? So these are going to naturally be larger candles. They're obviously going to be less in terms of percentage and less in terms of ROI, but they are going to be larger candles because we are hitting larger numbers relative to the previous one. And that's why you would maybe say turn it on a log chart and it looks a lot different, right? I prefer this chart. But I mean, yeah, look, I mean, we aren't far away in my opinion, but as I said earlier, I still think we're about 2 to 6 months from the bottom. The monthly is the real one that I'm starting to get interested in, Craig, because we're starting to reach levels that we haven't seen in a very long time. The last time the monthly stochastic was below the 20th percentile was way back in the previous bear cycle. So all the way back in August 2022. So for me specifically, we are nearing a point where I see extreme good value And I think that anybody thinking that they're going to time the bottom is as dumb as they've always been. And you're never going to be able to do that. The same way that you didn't time the top, okay? And I'm not here to gloat. I didn't time the top, but I was well positioned for the top. I scaled out all of my Bitcoin between 110 and 118K. I was short Bitcoin at 119K. I was short Bitcoin at 107K. I was short Bitcoin at 97K. I mean, I absolutely nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So for me, I'm starting to already be like, hold on a minute. I bought a little bit yesterday at 66K, only a small portion, but I've got limit orders set down. I don't know if we dip as hard as people think. Like I've got orders down to 42K, Craig. But if I start to see this stochastic momentum reach a level where I'm like, you know what, it's starting to bottom out, then that really changes the way I think about it. Because I'm not worried about price, and I'm worried about missing the market structure and the transition from a bear market to a reaccumulation phase to a bull market. So for me specifically, I'm watching this monthly pivot. It's at 97K, so it's still quite a while away, still 30K away. But I'm going to say by June, August, July, around that period of time, we start to see very good value. And as I said, a few people in the comments are like, so Greeny, what price are you targeting? It's like, nah, brother, I am targeting time, not price. And I think that's the evolution of a smart trader when it comes to a macro sense on Bitcoin.
Yeah, no, agreed. And that's not even far away, right? Those dates you gave, 2 months, 1 month, 3 months, somewhere in there, 1 to 4 months, not long. Yeah, I'm starting to get excited, and I just feel the timelines, even though it's doom and gloom on the timeline, it's about as bad as it almost gets from past memories. So I'm starting to get a bit more hopeful now, because I think the doom posting has kind of subsided a little bit now. Like people have the people that were doom posting have kind of semi left or capitulated now. Yeah. And this is where I guess, how do I word this? New grass starts growing, or like fresh life comes into the market, something new comes, because everything kind of, going back to last bear market, it's like everything dies, everything goes away, and then there's nothing left to buy almost. And then you look around going, shit, there's a lot of bodies around. And then all of a sudden it just slowly, it's like the sun rises. This sounds so like emotional, but it gets better quite quickly. And I'm just trying to remind myself how quickly it gets better, because otherwise you can go, man, how am I going to last psychologically 6 more months of feeling like, oh, this sucks? I'm sure everyone's feeling it. I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. Everyone out there is probably feeling like, where do I get a win here? Where do I make money? Yeah. But I guess the good part is I don't think we're far away from starting to see people going, I bought this at this price and now it's 2x. I don't think that's far away. I don't know what coin that's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be, but there's going to be something out there that starts to run that makes people go, hang on, I think the bottom's in. And then that's where I'll start getting Facebook messages again. And, Facebook's gone quiet. All my normie friends, put it this way, not one person's reached out for months asking me about crypto, where about 2 years ago, I actually had to put a Facebook message up going, I'm not answering any more Bitcoin questions. You can watch the show.
That's wild, bro. That's wild.
Because I just got sick of the questions. Now I'm like, God, I wish some people would ask me some questions. So I miss being asked. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling anyway. That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, and shout out to our viewers across all the platforms. Hey, you guys showing up in the bear market. You guys are going to be well prepared for what comes ahead. Hey, and I think that's the beautiful part about obviously us being live every day, is that we do the work for you and we provide it to you on a platter. So hit that sub, hit that follow, hit that 5-star rating across Apple and Spotify. Shout out to everyone who's listening and obviously tuning in. We very much appreciate it, and we can't wait to keep continuing providing content to you guys. X is absolutely rugging us with streams at the moment, man. I'm 74. Dude, you're telling me that it's not pushing my 43,000 followers. It's only pushing it to 74 people. Like, it is absurd. And it's not even me. It's like literally all of the, like, this one's got 71 people. This one's got 31. This one has 5. This guy has more followers than me. He's got 5 people in there. The algo on X is very interesting at the moment, but also the algo across multiple social media platforms is showing you that people aren't interested in crypto. As Craig said, they're a lot more interested in AI, which means there's opportunity. Okay. When everybody's talking about something, there's no opportunity left. When nobody's talking about something, there is so much opportunity left. Clip that, Schweppes, if you're watching. Clip that. Shout out to him. He's been clipping us. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, Bitcoin now puts in its worst first quarter since 2018, falling 28%, Craig. I mean, a little bit more data because that was a little bit too not time sensitive, but last night I quoted it and I put it up. 22% drop in Q1 in 2026, the worst Q1 we've seen since the 2018 bear cycle. That was the start of the bear cycle in 2018. Craig, mate, look, when I see numbers like this, and that's why I clicked buy yesterday. I was like, Greeny, it's held up very well here. Bitcoin's held up very well between this this little bear flag, whatever we're calling it, this a bearish pennant. Okay, this bearish. Just this lower high that's forming here. Okay, I do think we sweep the lows, or we do head lower in time, but I see value here, and so I might at least start to scale into a position at these levels between 60 and 66k, because you've seen Bitcoin dump so aggressively now, like 45%. Man, there's value there for it to go back to its high. You're already walking away with a 50% ROI, right? So for me, I was like, you know what, I'm going to chuck a few grand into Bitcoin at these levels, and then hopefully it goes back lower, and I can get into a few more levels soon. But yeah, the worst quarter one since 2018. Any thoughts on that specifically?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that quickly, look how bad 22 was.
Yeah.
Full
red year. Yeah.
In saying that though, Q1 22 wasn't so bad, and we kind of wore 22% there. So I'm not expecting to see a 22 type Q3, Q4 that we saw back. Like that minus 14% in Q4, I reckon we may go green there. And mainly based upon the fact we ate shite so bad in Q1. I think that Q1
and Q4 last year as well.
Yeah, true. So true, good call. So we've ridden 23% down, then backed up by 22% down.
So we're down 45% since Q3 last year. That's value, Craig, on the best asset class, on the best asset in a new asset class. Like that is value, and that's why I was very happy to buy yesterday, and why I'm very close to turning on a daily DCA bot. Not quite yet. I think May, June, I'd really start to consider buying Bitcoin every day. I really do
that as well. Just looking at the patterns that play out here. 2018 is interesting as well. That had a few rough months in there as well. Look, just to bring some sunshine, and look how good 2017 was, bro.
Well, I mean, that's a bull market. And I think to give further context, right, 2017 was a bull market year. 2021 was a bull market year, even though we saw a 40% dip during that Q2 period. And 2025 was a bull market year, even though we saw 2 quarters that were actually more bearish than the year before. You could argue that 24 was the cycle top, even though Bitcoin went on to put a new all-time high in 25. I argue 24 was the year. You had all the airdrops only just coming out. It was the start of InfoFi. It was when meme coin super cycle was going crazy. This is all pre-Trump, pre-Hayden Davis, pre all that. And it was like a very lucrative time. Pepe ran to 11, 12 billion. Mog was up at 1.5 billion. WIF was at multiple billions. Bonk was at multiple billions. Like 24 for me was the year. 25 was very much more of okay, we try and not much is happening, protect your downside risk. And that's what we did inside GTG. That's what we were talking about on Market Mates every day. And we were prepared for this. I mean, I've been stabled up for 6+ months, Craig, ready to buy the dip. So I get excited by what lies ahead. And you're right. Like, I think people are ready. People are so impatient these days. And I think you still need to exercise a lot of patience for the next few months. But people are ready to start making money again and start having opportunities again, Craig. So there's definitely going to be great opportunities in the near future. You just need to stay patient and disciplined enough for what lies ahead.
I think looking at that as well, I would say the bear market started in 25.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Like that 23, that's Q4 2025, that 23% dip. That wasn't a pullback amongst a bear market. Amongst a bull market, sorry. That wasn't a bull market pullback. I think that was the start of the bear market, but just you just don't know. That's the problem with trying to time tops. You don't know it's a top until 6 months later, and you look back and go, yeah, that was the top. Looking at it now, minus 23, that was the top.
I was calling it. I was saying, hey, there's reasons here that we could very much be exhausted. We're showing exhaustion. We've got overextended stochastic momentums across multiple time frames. You're having price liquidity sweeps, which is bearish. You're up multiple X's. You're up in terms of time. You're up in terms of liquidity going down, volume going down, opportunities on chain going down. Yeah, look, I'm not going to say I called the top, but I was well positioned for the top, Craig. And then we also got you out at 97. Thank goodness we got a little bit of you out at 97, which is good. Now moving down to the monthly, it is the first green month. March is the first green month closure all the way since September last year. The first time we've seen a green closure in over 6 months of price action. Love to see it. This is another reason I was like, you know what? We seem to be holding this level okay. If we only dip this 59K, at least I've started to accumulate in this value area where price is still down 45%, Craig. But first time we've seen a green monthly close, obviously only 1.8% for our listeners who can't see the chart. But first monthly close, positive since September last year, Craig. If we do take a look at what lies ahead based on average returns, April, 12% positive, 8% positive in May. June is very much a neutral month, negative returns of 0.14. July, 7.6. August, 1.1. September is the most bearish month in Bitcoin's history. And then usually by October, November, December, you do start to see some pretty nice returns into the fresh year after that. So maybe a bumpy road ahead. And I do think, as I've been saying for a while, Craig, I still remain very keen to accumulate mid-year. And I get very keen that we start to see a market structure change back to bullish in Q3 this year, or the bottom comes in around Q3 and we start to see that macro change in Q3, Q4 this year.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sort of looking at that, just that quick data, just real quick napkin math, and thinking January next year could have a pretty good green month.
Yes.
Possibly. So December, yeah. It's so hard to pick just off that, but like you said, a lot of the damage is done, and since January and February we're decent negative. We'll probably see a little bit of reprieve now for a little bit. I just don't know if we're going to see anything as dramatic as a 20% anywhere, unless we pump a bit, and then we could pull back 20%. But I think 20% is probably, from me, what would that take us down to? About 50K.
Yeah,
be give or take 50K. That's where I'm sort of starting to think. I don't know if we get in. I did once upon a time, and I put a post up, I think it was September last year, saying 36K. I don't know if we go there now. The way we're cooking and holding here, I think we need a black swan to knock us into the 30s. Even to knock us into the 40s might take quite a bad event. I don't know if that's going to be quantum computing or something like that. That might be the catalyst for a dip into the 40s. But yeah, I think we're starting to. I think we've got out of the real rocky weather now, and I think we're just gonna have a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit up, a little bit down, stabilize, and then maybe a good January 27. So, I mean, we might even get some green before then of a decent size, maybe Q4. But yeah, like we said, I think the damage is done, thank God. And I don't think we're going to see touch wood, I don't think we're going to see a negative 30 anywhere, or 40 or anything like that. So fingers crossed, guys. Yak's here, and I also saw, where is he?
Samuel. Thanks for tuning in. Samuel, hello, mates. It's your other mate from the US. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel.
Yauri. What's up, dude? Yeah, so now I'm feeling a bit more bullish. God, how good would a green month of like 20-30% be, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need some green in my life, Greenie.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, if we have a look at this, like, I just want to reiterate that I've lost my train of thought, but yeah, no, bull market's coming. It's just a patient journey over the next few months. I think for me, Craig, I actually don't think we dip too much further in terms of price. I think 50 region makes a lot of sense. Maybe we get one little quick capitulation wick into the 40s, and then that's it. I think that potentially is it. Let's move on to the biggest nothing burger we have seen in history. The Australian Prime Minister has only ever in history 6 times gone on national television and called a full news break, a full channel overhaul, a full radio overhaul to put an announcement. And for the 6th time in history, this happened yesterday at 6 p.m. our time, Craig. He came out and basically gave us an absolute nothing burger. All the main takeaway was, oh, hey, guys, like, hey, it's the Australian way. Hey, and if you can capture a bit of public transport, hey, that would be great. And that was it. He didn't even say anything about dropping the prices, changing the circumstances. It was the biggest nothing burger I have ever seen from a leader across. I mean, Oh, dude, it's just astronomical. So basically, all he said was months ahead might not be easy. Well, we already fucking knew that. Australians urged to save fuel amid supply crunch. That makes pretty much sense. We already know that. Prime Minister delivers rare address. As I said, first time in a long time since COVID. It was an absolute nothing burger as we welcome back Sunshine Goats to the channel. It's been a while since we've seen you in the comment section, legend. Good to see you. But anyway, Sunshine Coast Goats, how did you deal with Albo's announcement last night? Were the Goats happy, or were the Goats just like, what a waste of my 5 minutes of my time? Craig, mate, I know you didn't watch it live. Did you go back and watch the clip at all?
Yeah, I went back and watched 2 minutes of it, and I couldn't watch that bumbling idiot anymore, man. Like,
Dude,
he's such a weak leader.
He watched the teleprompter pretty well, and he did a pretty good job at reading what it was pre-written for him.
Yeah, I just don't dig the guy's leadership, man. I think he's weak. And the way the Australian public is starting to feel, look, I think he's Gonskis, bro. Labor's screwed just on the Australian. I was walking the dog yesterday and I saw my neighbor. He's a German dude. He's lived in the country for 30 years, but just an old school German dude. He's about 60 years old. And we're talking about politics, and he was like, we need to go back to traditional values, man. Like, we're going to get these guys out and get someone who's going to really help Australia. And I agree. And I think that's how everyone's feeling. I know this is probably not interesting for the Americans in the room, but there are the countries in the world, and some of them are quite large, like Australia. What I find frustrating is how we get fuel shortages, but we're just exporting all our fuel, all our oil. It's like
all our resources, mate. Not only fuel, but like lithium and everything.
It's like we've such a resource-rich nation. How are we running out of anything? And what's interesting, I've got a friend who works in oil and gas, predominantly oil. So he's on the oil fields, rigging them up and pulling oil out the ground. They haven't sent him to work since November last year, and they've been paying him a base salary. So he hasn't been at work for 6 months. His job is to pull oil out the ground, and they stopped him from doing it 5 months ago. Why? Why has he not been pulling oil out? Why are all these guys not working? This was done 5 months before an oil shortage, and these guys have been sitting at home getting paid. So it's just weird. It's like we've got all these resources. I don't know. I won't go too conspiracy, but it's like, get these guys back to work pulling oil out the ground, man. Like, maybe just for us. Don't sell it. Sell it to us. But look, on a positive note, they cut the fuel tax, and we saved 26 cents a dollar, I believe.
Around that. Yeah.
That should kick in today, I think.
Yeah. No, I think it was Wednesday. I think it was yesterday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if the petrol stations are passing that on yet. Hopefully they pass the whole amount. The dirty dogs better not keep some of that, man, because that'll piss me off. But other than that, no, nice to see them. That's the only good thing I saw him say, was cutting the taxes. It's like, yeah, well, about time.
He announced that earlier in the week. He didn't even say that last night. He was like, oh, today. Oh, no, it was. So he said today, but he announced it early in the week. So
yeah. So
Sunshine Goats, great content here. The Goats were disgusted in his actions or non-actions. I would agree with the non-actions. I think Australia's frustrated, man. I think Australia's very frustrated with what's happening here in real time. And yeah, dude. I mean, when is our next election, Craig? I don't even know. Next year or the year after? I'm not sure.
I want to say next year, but that's just an absolute wild guess. But it couldn't come soon enough, man. I just hope we don't end up putting a new person like a wolf in sheep's clothing in, man, and there's someone who's going to come in, say all this stuff, and then basically just business as usual. But Australia's in a desperate need of a new leader, a strong leader. I'm going to say Canada probably is as well. There's a few countries out there that have been too soft for too long, and when times are hard, it's time to look after your actual citizens, I think, right? That's a lot. And I'm not even Aussie citizen saying this, man. Like, I'm a Kiwi, South African Kiwi, and even I'm saying you guys need to do something. And I'm not even I'm one of you, but I'm not one of you. So if I'm saying it, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, I mean, shout out to a great follower across our platforms who tunes into our live and follows us on X as well. It's crazy that the trailer park bags, massive shout out to you. I see you on my timeline all the time. Appreciate you, mate. It's crazy that we're having the same problems from our leaders in Canada. Tons of oil here, and we don't do anything with it. And Liberals just launder our money through construction jobs and across seas. I mean, our Ponzi is the property market, which maybe we follow Canada, but I feel like our government is doing absolutely everything it can to keep property propped up and reaching new all-time highs, which is just unsustainable over a long period of time. And Subham asked, do I want a thumbnail designer? Sorry, legend. No, I think I'm all right. UK, Starmer calls for closer Europe ties as Iran war strains US relations. Trump is due to talk in about 2 hours and a bit time, Craig, so that'll be very interesting as well. But the UK's Prime Minister came out and said he wants to repair deep damage caused by Brexit. UK wants ambitious reset ties in the EU. Trump criticized Britain for refusing to help in war. Yeah, bro, you broke international law. UK hosting summit on opening the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah, I mean, interesting times. I mean, world leaders, do we expect a bit of volatility with Trump overnight? In the coming hours, Craig? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what he says. He'll come on and say some absolute rubbish, and what he always says. But I mean, it's interesting that he stepped away from the Strait of Hormuz. Like, is that defeat, Craig? Is that just weakness? Like, is it not getting his way? So is that, well, they're not going to stop, so maybe I just need to get out of here, sort of thing? What's your interpretation of it all?
I don't even know if the strait okay now. Is it still in turmoil?
I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I don't know if it's open to certain countries or if it's open to everyone or if it's like, I don't know what's actually happening.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure either. I guess we'll have to wait for his address where he'll announce it was a great success, and then move on. I don't know, man. The world's in a real weird place at the moment, and it's sort of bear market things, isn't it? Like when everything's dumping and going down, it just gets worse with all these news articles. So yeah, it's kind of a crap time to be a human being on this planet. As sad as that is to say, because it's just all bad news. Things are going down, except for oil, which is going up. But I unfortunately didn't get to take advantage of that. But yeah, I guess bear markets will create a cleaning out of the cabinets or whatever you want to call it. And I think new leaders will come from this. So maybe some good will come from this bear market and we get some new strong leadership in. I think that every time, and it has yet to happen in my lifetime though. So it almost seems like every time there's a reaction, problem, solution, but the solution we're served isn't actually great for the average Joe out there. So yeah, I need to have a leader come in and look after the locals.
Yeah, but hey, it would be tough to run a country. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy, but yeah, like some strong leadership, which is probably very much warranted. I saw a good meme, actually, and you'll love this too, being a rugby fan. I saw a good meme this morning for David Pocock saying, wow, this jock or the cool guys come in here and he knows more about us than us nerds who have been doing this politics for a while. It's like, yeah, bro, I love that.
Is Pocock getting into politics?
Yeah, dude. I mean, are you serious? Yeah, he's huge. I don't know what his position is. Is he a senator? I don't know how David Pocock.
I'm in a suit speaking in Parliament.
He's been speaking for a while. He's an independent senator for the ACT. There you go. Yeah. So yeah,
good on him. I wouldn't mind a rugby guy getting in there, man. Just someone
he's just switched on, bro. Yeah, he's just switched on. He knows how. I mean, shout out to rugby union players. They're just not. Sorry, they have way more. They're way more respectful. They're way more understanding, and they're way more educated. Rugby league players are not in the same capacity. Look at Harry Wilson. Like, I don't know if I've been watching that NRL versus AFL versus rugby union rivals show. It's really cool. It's like it's on YouTube. Right? Yeah, it's on YouTube. Highly recommend it. I like 4 or 5 episodes where they're doing competitions to see who's like the best overall, sort of thing. Reece Walsh is obviously on there, and Harry Wilson's on there, and Joseph Suaalii, who was obviously previously an NRL player as well. So yeah, it's good. And then they have female players as well. And Scott Pendlebury, I think, is and Will Cartwright, the 2 AFL men on there. It's just really interesting because you look at the way Reece and bloody Josh Addo-Carr talk, and then you look at the way Harry Wilson talks, and you're like, oh my god, like this is insane. Like Harry Wilson, just good man. And obviously Pocock was a previous Wallaby player for Australia as well. So anyways, we're a bit off topic here, but hey, that's what we talk. We talk about everything. We talk about trending topics here, guys. So if you have any opinions about sport or anything, we'll love it too. Australia. I think the biggest thing about people overseas, they think culture in Australia is like, oh, you just have kangaroos and oh, you have like spiders and snakes and stuff everywhere. It's like, nah, bro. Our culture is beaches, laid back, beer, barbecues, and sport. Sport is like literally ingrained to our culture. Like, if I would say sport is nearly the primary culture definition, right, of Australia. Would you agree with that, Craig? Like, we are born into a pool. Like, we are born to play cricket. We are born to throw a footy around or throw a ball around the house. Like, that's just Australia.
I think it's what brings us together.
Mm.
I think sport brings us together. A lot of things divide us, but I think sport's one of the great things out there that you can get two rivals sitting together, and it's not always the way they can get a bit aggressive, but it's something you can talk about over a barbecue and a beer and have a bit of banter and it not mean too much, but it still means something to you. I think sport's great, dude. I think sport's so important. Just in bringing people together, giving something for us to get excited about and cheer about. So, yeah, I'm a big sports fan. Coming from South Africa, we're a big sport nation as well. Big, it's very similar to Australia. Barbecues, beers, rugby, and cricket. Those are our main sports, right? And it brings the nation together in probably ways people will never understand, especially how we used to have apartheid and things like that. So, like things like South Africa winning the World Cup, when Nelson Mandela got up in '95 and stuff like that. That was a huge moment where sport brought together a lot of different colours who normally would have very little in common. They actually have everything in common, but they don't always realise this. But once you start talking to any religion, any colour, any creed, you realise, oh, we've got the same hopes and dreams. And that's why I think sport's beautiful. It creates conversations, and you soon realise no matter what colour you are, whatever religion you are, we're very similar. So I'm a big sports fan. I think it's fantastic. So more sports, more strong leaders. I love to see more sports people getting into politics and saying how it really is, and not this, educated university mumbo jumbo that these politicians come out with, and they just word spin everything, and they try and package a bad article as good news. It's like, no, that's shite, dude. Like, that's not good.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
more sports people, please.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just understand how it works, like how, like, being more of a socialist, being more of a team player, being ingrained in society, understanding fans. Like, yeah, dude, I agree. World shares rally. Oil prices fall on war de-escalation hopes. I assume in about 2 hours' time, when Trump speaks, we'll probably get more clarity around what the actions of the US are going to be with regards to the war. But stocks rally, Craig. Bitcoin didn't really do anything. Gold and silver bounced a little bit as well. But Trump to address the nation at 9 p.m., which is obviously in about 2 hours and 10 minutes our time locally in Australia. Global stocks rally on de-escalation hopes. Brent crude falls and gold rises. I mean, I'm grateful I bought the spot gold dip, which is great to see. Yeah, Craig, I mean, do you think the US is about to unplug themselves completely from this war? And what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I mean, I'll pull that article up that you just sent me after. That's crazy to think. I feel like they're like 4 years late, but anyways, we'll talk about that after.
I don't even know if it's real.
Okay, we'll talk about, maybe it's not real because it's maybe April Fool's, so we'll wait and see. Hold on, when did they post? Nah, it's probably fake. It's probably fake.
Surely.
But we'll pull it up. But we'll talk NFT shortly. But yeah, what are your thoughts here? I mean, it makes sense, man. Like the gold dip 25%. I was like, you know what? That feels like good value here. I only bought a little bit. It's not like I bought a lot, but I feel like it was good value. But yeah, I mean, if Trump steps away, US step away from it, do you think the war continues? Because I mean, I still get notifications from some of these news accounts on X just basically saying, yeah, Israel's still firing, Iran's still firing. So like, it hasn't stopped the war. It's done really nothing, to be honest. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, I just don't know enough about what's actually happening there versus what we're told, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. It's hard to be a commentator on it without potentially being extremely wrong. But I would love him to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like. And maybe bring the two parties together and they can work something out. But the unfortunate thing about it is those guys have been going at each other for so long now. Like, I just don't know what the answer is. And I guess we're not here to give the answers. We're just here to commentate on it. But I hope he de-escalates it. That's what I want from him. As the leader of the free world, or the self-proposed leader of the free world, can he just calm things down? You know, that would be good. I think we need someone to come in and calm stuff down, man, not like stoke the fire all the time. It's like war's bad, right? War's bad. War's good for business and making money, including for America. But for the people on the ground there, it's horrendous because they die. So I'd like him to de-escalate things, and hopefully less people can die. That's probably where you come from as well. It's like, everyone chill out, man. Like, what the hell? How are we still killing each other this far into the human race? How are we still killing each other?
I mean, we probably, monkeys. Hopefully YouTube doesn't demonetize us. But like, I mean, when I went to Auschwitz in Austria, and Germany and all that, it's actually, no, sorry, Poland. It is really sad. It's really sad because we aren't even 100 years after all of that sort of stuff happened, and the fact that we're doing it all again in multiple locations is it's truly just sad. The greed for power is next level in the world, Craig, and it's just going to get worse, particularly with AI, man. Like it's a race to it's not a race between Claude and ChatGPT. It's a race of power and dominance, and it's whoever probably isn't afraid to go outside like the law, outside what's normal, and maybe go to AGI. Like whoever develops that, they're the ones that probably win in the long term. So we'll have to just wait and see. This is probably, I mean, I'm going to say this is an April Fool's post, but this is definitely, okay, this is way better than all of the other April Fool posts that I saw of like, oh, this is my last ever post, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, are you like 12, man? Like, common,
Yeah,
like you're a
I saw
grown
somebody
ass,
doing that.
you're a grown ass man posting trash like that. This is actually funny. So World of Women, obviously one of the most iconic NFTs from 2021, 2022 era. They posted a GIF, I suppose, of just World of Men, and they said it's time. Obviously, I mean, these look pretty epic. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like they should have launched this back in 2022 or something. But these
one last money grab from them, huh?
Imagine. I mean, I feel sorry for them. I mean, Nudes. Do you know Nudes as well? From he's a local. Yeah, so he used to work for them or work with them.
No, I had beers with him in 22. I met him here on the coast. I had beers with him and a few other guys when he was pretty deep into working with them. He's not working for them anymore, is he?
No, he's gone back to his other job. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Nudes. I haven't even seen him on the timeline for a while.
No, I speak to him time to time. No, I haven't spoken to him in a while. We were going to play golf together. I forgot to get back to him.
Good dude. Really nice guy.
He's a good lad. So, anyways, World of Women coming out with some good content. See, this is the sort of content I want to be seeing. Okay, tongue in cheek, good sort of stuff. All right, let's pivot to NFTs that are actually making money right now, Craig. Normies approach $300, Craig. We spoke about this. I'm going to say I don't even remember, like, what, a month ago?
About a month I looked, yeah. It wasn't actually that long ago. It feels like ages ago, but it wasn't.
It does feel like ages ago. But a month ago, we spoke about these at around $30 to $40. They are now worth $260. Anything, as you said, you know what? I'm going to just handball it over to you because you kind of gave a really good pitch before our show when we were talking. Give us a bit of a why. Maybe why are these pumping? Why are people making money on this? Talk to us a little bit about that.
I think people want something to do first and foremost, and that's what I said a month ago on stream when we were talking about it, is there was nothing to buy that had potential to make money. There was nothing different. And typically what my experience is in bear markets is coins don't run as much, or tokens, but NFTs strangely do. But the blue chips don't run. It's the fresh mints that run. And that'll take you back to, say, the open edition meta from artists back in 22, 23, when all those open editions started coming out. There was loads of artists that took advantage of that. Shout out to the artists in the room. So this just reminded me of the bear market back in 22 when NFTs started to have a little pump. Once again, it wasn't the blue chips. I'm not speaking about that. So before people jump in and go, Bored Apes aren't though, it's like, yes, I know, because they're at 20K. They're not going to pump. What pumps is like your penny stocks, your dollar mints, your $5 mint, because people had no money, right? But people want to gamble. So, for instance, when I saw these at $30, I was like, well, they're cheap enough that I can afford it, because I don't want to plow thousands of dollars into, not to NFTs, bro. Hell no. So, you know, that's part of the reason. And obviously AI as well is the hot topic at the moment. So normies absolutely destroyed this as far as did it in a good way. People love pixel art. And then it's got an AI component to it. I don't even completely understand it, man, which I think is probably the best thing about it. I don't even think everyone understands it. I just think they see AI and they go, agents, AI, NFT together. Wow, that's amazing. Now, I'm sure it is amazing under the hood. I haven't delved deep enough because people, from what I can understand, is you burn these to recreate new ones. Another thing that he said was, the agents' personalities are based upon what's happened to each individual NFT and its history. So who bought it, who sold it, what price, things like that. And each agent then forms its own personality based on its history of movement. I'm sure there's other components. So just that sort of stuff. I mean, that
like the gamification of it. The gamification.
Correct. But a gamification that's not in the user's hands per se. it's in the hands of the blockchain. So it kind of reminds me a little bit of Natcats in a way, which when that came out, that gigacent, and that was based on the attributes that NFT got were based upon the block that was minted for Bitcoin. That was cool, bro. And those gigacent, those seem to like 2.2 BTC, bro, from like 0.007.
Take me back to ordinals, bro. Take me back. That was such a fun time.
Bro, I was the guy. So shout out to me for just a moment. I made.
Hey, I self-glaze. It's okay. I self-glaze. You can self-glaze.
I made the first tutorial on X how to buy those from spreadsheets. I was the first, very first.
So you were obviously a wow, and you were dumping on people's heads like, what's his name?
I bought 10 at like $300 and sold them all up the way to 0.2. I had people in my inbox message me, can I buy yours? And I was like, absolutely you can. So yeah, I made quite good money then, but going back or going forward to now, this kind of reminds me of that, where people want to trade, they want to gamble, but they just want a reason to do it. So I guess I'm not going to say this is rewrapped, but it's just it's a way of combining NFTs and AI. And I think that's the magic, isn't it? And that's cheap. All you need. Like, exactly. Yeah, and then for it to work, and then you've got Bored Apes trying to build. Actually, punks have got into these now, so I'm seeing punks buy these, so they can recreate these pixels in the shape of a punk, their punk.
Okay.
So look, kind of silly in a way, kind of, I guess, because you could probably just mint a pixelated image of your own ape for very, very cheap. But people like the gamification of it. I saw one sold today for 19 grand, bro.
What?
One sold today. If you look back in the last 24 hours, 19 grand.
No. One sold for 2. Okay, that one's pretty dope. Oh, dude, that's dope. Well, dude, I didn't know you could build these.
Yeah, you can build them. So that's people are burning them to build
them. Way better. These look way better.
Which was sick. Yeah, there's definitely a 19 grand one on there.
What? No,
one sold for 19, another one sold for around about the same price.
No way. Hold on.
Last 24 hours. So it was.
What?
Yeah. I mean, look at it.
Dude, this is pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, shit, dog. Okay, for our listeners, I mean, the floor, they look like trash, okay? It's just random pixels on a screen, and it doesn't really formulate anything, even though they do have traits, okay? I mean, not trying to be rude. It's just, that's just art.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, sorry, sir. But this, okay, the one that sold for $19,000 is kind of punk-esque in a way that it's normie-esque. Dude, 19 grand in a bear market for an NFT that just launched a month to 2 months ago that was basically as mint. Dude, that is insane. And I'm not going to lie, this is a pretty clean looking normie. It is very punk. It's like punk-esque in terms of it has a little bit, it has its shoulders. It has, I mean, it kind of has the punk, even though it says it's a cap forward. I don't know if I agree with it's a cap forward. Maybe it hasn't updated the actual traits, but I would say it reminds me of the punks that have the colorful hair on each side, like the green ones. Yeah, it reminds me of that. Sunglasses on there. Dude, I mean, yeah, okay, I can see why this one's elite, dude. Okay, shit, dude. I didn't know this. Did you guys take advantage of the exploit? Eldorado saying. Eldorado, what do you mean exploit with normies? Do you mean like finding traits or something? Or like talk to us about which exploit are you referring to? Craig, mate, okay, that's okay. You've changed my opinion. Are you telling me I should be getting back into these now?
I should have swept these at 170. Yes, they did. I almost did. I dropped nuts. Bear market stuff. I was too scared. Drift. No, I didn't. How do you take advantage of the exploit?
Yeah, and also I don't want to really. I mean, shorting it. Do you mean like shorting the price of drift? No.
Yeah, how do we take advantage of that?
I mean, I'm not really someone to take advantage of other people's losses. Just to clarify that across every platform.
Look at some of those. There's that trippy one. See the trippy punk that the.
Yeah, shit. Okay, it's not as clean though. It's like not as executed. Does that mean they didn't burn as many to like make it as clean, or?
I don't know. I don't even understand how short fart. Yeah, good call. Yeah, because so much fart coin got exploited, so it should.
I see what you mean. Okay, so it's like a derivative of a derivative. I see what you mean. I see what he means. Eldorado. I apologize. I was a bit confused by what you meant by exploit. I thought I was a bit confused. Yeah, I see. This trippy ape with a what do you call those? the top hat with the spinning wheel on top, and a smoking cigar or whatever you want to call that pipe. It's not as clean, dude. It's not as clean, and it looks better when you zoom out from it. When you open it up larger screen, like it just looks messy, man. Whereas that other one before, the punk version, it's just clean. It's clean no matter how big it is, right? I mean, if we go through, like, this is like a weird, like, gothic kind of, I don't know what, alien kind of. It's a bandana, apparently.
How are people doing this?
Dude, how do we do this? Who can tell us in the chat? How do we get started? There's a piece. There's literally a piece one. What the hell?
Yin Yang.
Yin Yang.
That's good. Look at the girl with the. Oh, there's one with a meta visor down there.
This one looks cool too. This kind of like alien looking female character with a headband, apparently middle age. But dude, people are creating the most random traits. Oh, dude,
bro, Punisher.
That looks cool. Like a mask, like all the masks. So I mean, this just empty, bro, for 21 grand. What? There's not even anything on there.
That's so good, though.
Okay, this one's pretty dope. I didn't know you can edit these and build these. So I assume you have to burn and you then say the AI. Oh, dude, there's like a wolf one.
So sick. So sick.
Okay, this is really cool. This is really cool.
Jesus. There's Jesus.
Where?
With the thorn crown on.
Oh, over here, yeah.
That's for Easter. Good timing.
There's we've got another big hoodie person down lower.
Yeah, man.
Dude, we got like just random head. We got a Trump. There's a Trump. What? I'm sorry. Okay, this is not what I thought it was.
Yeah, I should have swept about 100 of these at 30. Classic last words.
There's a Pepe. There's a Pepe. Oh, dude, that's clean, dude. Someone bought that for $500. It's ranked number 2. It's ranked number 2, man. Action points. So, okay, so maybe you get a certain amount of action points to use with AI to reconfigure what you want.
Yeah.
What you want your PFP to. I mean, what's number 1? We don't even know what's the most rare. Dude, hey, this is cool. This is cool in the bear market. NFT's pumping.
Venom's cool.
Oh my god, it's a spider. It's Venom. It's Venom. It's Venom on the side is number 1 currently.
That's
wow.
Cool.
Okay, that's cool because most PFPs are forward looking. This is the side looking one. That's kind of cool. Action points 365. What is even happening there? It's like a bloody city with a face behind it. Yeah, okay, we need to look into this, Craig. We need to look into all of these. There's a gorilla. There's I don't know what that, like a cat or a dog or something. It's like what? There's a moon, there's Trump, there's an ape kind of gorilla.
Like, how much are people paying to build these, though?
Yeah, like, are you sweeping floors and spending money on this, or like, how's it all work? I mean, we should look into this because this is pretty epic. So, my first question is, how many are listed? Only 700 are listed. So that means that less than 1% are listed.
I guess the floor is rising because people are buying floors to burn to build.
Yeah, sorry, not 1%, 10%. 10%.
I wish I'd known that.
I didn't know you could do all of this, Craig. I should have held my man. I think I held 6 or 5 at the start. So that's cool, man. This is cool. Hey, I love seeing innovation. And
it just shows you that if someone comes with a new idea at the right time, even though it's a bear market, it can pop off, man.
Yeah.
So artists, I think it's time for artists to start creating stuff because things are pumping, man. And people they want something to do. They want to gamble, essentially. And
people
they're
looking for an opportunity. Okay, so there's 10,000 on-chain interoperable CCO monochrome pixel half. What a sentence. What are normies? Normies are 40 by 40 monochrome bitmaps. So 1,600 pixels that form a unique face. Every normie was generated using AI during the minting process and permanently stored on-chain. The artwork isn't hosted anywhere. It lives entirely inside Ethereum smart contracts, rendered as an SVG on demand. Normies come in 4 types: humans, cats, aliens, and agents, each with their own visual identity role in the ecosystem. It's CCO, the art, the contracts, the code. It all belongs to everyone. There are no gates. Talk to me about how you can modify it. Okay. Bytes per normie, 200 pixels per face, no on-chain. The future. Okay, what about lab? Let's go to lab. Experimental systems for the normies ecosystem. Coming soon, Arena, a PvP battleground where normies fight for pixels. Okay. Canvas is live now. Burn normies, earn pixels, reshape your art. All right, let's click on this. It's not going to tell me unless I have my wallet connected. Canvas is a burn to edit system. So like we're talking about, sacrifice your normies to earn action points, and then use these points to reshape the pixel art of the ones you keep. Every edit is stored on chain forever. Your normies become your art. No, for every 10 action points earned, your normie gains a level. A permanent on-chain trait that reflects how much you've invested into customizing it. Okay. So if we come back and have a look, and we filter it by levels, holy shit, there's 123 levels. I mean, let's just go like 100 plus.
Mm-hmm.
So there's only one. Yeah, Art Soon is the only one that's above. This one has a 1,200 action points. Holy. Level
So
123.
he would have burned heaps to get that.
He would have burnt so many to do this. So many. Wow. Okay, cool. Interesting. And he bought it for $12.
Wow.
Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know why you would do that, but I feel like a PFP is kind of cooler than Art Soon. Or maybe he's saying art is coming soon. He's just designing it. Okay, maybe we're talking. Anyways, Craig, this is pretty epic to see for our viewers, guys. Hey, this is what you want to be seeing. Innovation in its own way, right? So, I mean, Craig, are you going to do this or are you going to wait for a pullback?
I'm going to wait for man, I'm notorious for selling out of a project, buying back in and getting wrecked,
Yeah.
Like it's so standard, you have a second bite at the apple. And
make money, get out, don't look back.
Yeah. That 170 yesterday was the buy zone. It's like 300 now. I'm like a bit gun shy. I'm a bit gun shy to sweep.
Yeah, probably not here. You want to see a bit of a correction, I would say.
Keep an eye on
listings. Keep an eye on listings. I think that's the key metric you should be looking at. So listings right now is 706. So if this starts to get down to like 500, yeah, it's probably worth a buy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind picking up 3 and try and getting a cheeky 2x, but it just pumped 50% today. So I'm a bit like, I mean, look at that floor pump. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. But shout out to everyone who held, man. I know some people held heaps of these that haven't sold. Oh, I wish I'd sold all the way up to 3. I wish I'd held all the way up to 300, dude. But yeah. Would have been a massive, well, not massive win, but it would have paid my mortgage for a couple of weeks. Would have been good, especially at the time of the market, man. I'm like,
well, I think these are pumping because of this. So token. Oh no, this is only token. My apologies. Okay, so 0% token trading fees on OpenSea after they obviously delayed their TGE announcement, which we spoke about probably 2 weeks ago. I'm going to say. No surprise to see this. So I'll click continue. Now, can I go claim, Craig? Can I go claim my fees from previous?
Oh, maybe.
It says my chest is ready in wave 6 chest in 17 hours. So I might be able to claim this tomorrow, Craig. And I mean, and maybe I don't know what's the play. Do I reckon I just leave it in the past, or do I try and claim back some of the fees that I spent and maybe get like, I don't know, a grand or two back? I mean, it is a bear market. What do you think the play is? Keep the tokens for an eventual TG, or get the refund that they propose.
If you get the refund, you lose the tokens.
Yes. The treasures, to clarify for those. The treasures.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Depends how much you trust OpenSea.
I mean, after everything, not much, dude.
No, neither.
And you've got to think, like, I feel sorry for people, but I mean, like, how much did they pay all of those people over the past year to partner with them? How much did they pay? And like, they probably got paid multiple 6 figures, dude, just to promote it on X. And then, of course, they now say, "Oh no, we're delaying it." It's like I think about it as a business. I think about it as a promotional thing. I think about the farming that they did. I mean, Treasure 1, whatever, the round 1, wave 1, whatever it was called. That was the one I went to town on. And I mean,
that's why they're not refunding those.
They're not refunding that one. Yeah. So I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, hopefully you know how much it is, so you can work backwards. You go, well, if it's worth like probably more than like $2,000, I probably would take it. If it's worth less than $2,000, I'm probably not too phased. I'm like, okay, hey, hopefully my airdrop in the future is still above $10,000.
That's what I was going to say. I'd say $2,000 plus in a bear market. I'd probably grab that back because I'd back myself to buy some Bitcoin with that $2,000. And 3 exit at some point, and I'll get $6,000. You know what I mean? Like that's why I was thinking about things yesterday. I was clearing out a few dust wallets, and I was like, I'm just going to put this in, try get this into Bitcoin at the cheapest price I can, and try 2 to 5 exit. And recover some of my bags. But yeah, if it's $2,000 plus, I'd grab it back, man, because the problem is they haven't communicated when
timeframes. Yeah.
Like it could be 3 years away, man. And that 2 grand, you might be able to turn into 30 grand by the time they launch.
Just like Abstract, bro. I can't wait for Abstract's TG in 2133. So yeah, it's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, I see they've just incorporated dark mode, or dark mode's coming to the. I'm like, guys, you need to do more than dark mode, bro.
Oh,
like,
dude. I'm sorry. I'm so bearish. I'm so bearish. I'm just being real.
Abstract. Hello.
I'm just being real. I'm just being real, Craig. I mean, your XP would have been going down. XP, I mean, it's a scoring system that's just there, incentivized to keep you there for as long as possible. When, I mean, we don't even know how long you're going to be on there. Has your XP gone down because you're not actively trading on it? Yeah. Oh, dude, get your money, sell that shit, get your money off there and use it elsewhere.
I'm going to put it into Bitcoin. We tapped 60K, 50K. I'll put the 5 grand I've got in there into Bitcoin and pray to God I can 5x it. Yeah, disappointed over there. I just would like, I want the big fella Luca to come out and talk, bro. He pumped his tires at the start, so pump my tires a bit now, brother, because we're all down. So like, talk, man, talk.
Dude, Eli as well. I haven't seen him at all on the timeline, man. And he's still. And I had to like went out of my way to search his profile the other day, and it's still just abstract stuff. I'm like, bro, like how much shit needs to happen for you to branch off there and do something new? He was doing other things, and now he's gone back only there. And I was like, dude, why?
Yeah, I think he was hustling to get points for some bake thing.
Oh, some referral system conversion thing. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I can't do that at the moment. I haven't got the capacity of. I don't know, man. I guess I'm shitty. I guess I'm a bit shitty about it.
I mean, yeah, of course. We lost money. We lost money, and we were. I mean.
I felt like I worked for free, Greenie. I worked for free over there.
Correct. And we were some of the biggest advocates of this layer 2 well before all these well before all these people started accusing us of being like extractors and not helping the train. Like, bro, I promise you, I brought thousands of people to Abstract, more than half of the people who are currently calling themselves the biggest creators on the platform. It's like, nah, bro, you weren't there when it was hard to bring people to a new layer 2. Okay. And I promise you, I got thousands of views on my YouTube videos. I mean, 20K plus on multiple abstract themed tweets. It's just disgusting the way they've treated certain people, Craig. Absolutely. It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting. But that's crypto. And I expect that, but I wasn't expecting it from them. It is what it is. Anyways. Yeah. Some quantum resistant tokens jumped 50% as Google flags risk to Bitcoin security. I mean, Elon came out and said the opposite. Well, hold on a minute. Quantum computing will be able to find lost wallets or lost Bitcoin as well. So,
why don't help me? I've got a wallet. I've got a wallet from back in 2015. I can't get into.
Oh wow, that's pretty hectic.
Yeah, and I would be a couple of $100 worth of Bitcoin back then. I don't know what it'd be worth now, but I never worked it out because I thought I'd cry.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't look back, hey.
This is all FUD. I think the biggest thing you got to learn is that this is so far away. Like quantum computing is still, I don't even know, like 5, 10 plus years away. But also why, like, it's so funny the way that they market this. It's like, oh no, we'll attack Bitcoin. It's like, what? Like what? There's so many other things that you would use quantum computing for. Why is it straight away going to cryptography and straight away going to Bitcoin? It's like, who the hell is just, again, it's news these days is just engagement farming. It is like this. Yeah. It's so hard to find accounts, traders, people. I mean, I probably do it as well. So I mean, you have to, because you don't grow on platforms. But you have, like, it's so hard to actually get real analysis or real education or real news these days, because half the people are just farming engagement across every platform. I'm talking every platform, not just Twitter. I'm talking every platform. I mean, even news articles, they're saying the same thing, right? Like, so 50%, no surprise to see quantum sort of stocks rally. But Google research suggests Bitcoin's elliptic curve cryptography could be broken with about 5,000 qubits, far fewer than older estimates, but such machines do not exist yet. Quantum resistant or quantum aware tokens like QRL up 50%, Cellframe up 40%, have seen notable short-term gains, reflecting trader interest in potential long-term security. Craig, I mean, I'm going to add those two to my watch list. I think that's, I'm just going to keep an eye on that, because that's something that I would be interested in monitoring. So what are these? They're called Cellframe and QRL. Okay. If
you were those tokens, you'd be quite heavily incentivized to put out some bad news articles, wouldn't you? Like, just thinking outside of the square here. It's funny you mentioned what quantum computing would do, because I read an article, I've mentioned this on stream, but I'll just say it again. I was listening to a podcast about 3 months ago, and it was a Bitcoin podcast, and they weren't laughing, but they were saying, guys, you've got to understand that if quantum computing starts breaking Bitcoin, they'll go after countries.
Yeah, it's
they'll
like
the whole banking network.
Bitcoin's only worth $1 trillion, bro. Like it's a small fish. It's a small fish. Yeah, like
there'll be nukes flying around, bro.
Yeah, dude. Like it's Bitcoin. It's not a nothing burger, but it's why are they targeting? Like, why are they announcing Bitcoin rather than
just bear market stuff, man?
Yeah,
It'll go away when Bitcoin's price starts pumping again. I put a little wager on all these articles go away.
Okay.
But Bitcoin goes to 100K plus. All of these go away for a little bit.
Is this okay? So apparently it's a crypto token. I thought it was a stock. It's a crypto token. It's a crypto token. Quantum resistance ledger is a crypto token. Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that at all.
How's it resistant? What, they've already got the tech?
I don't know, bro, but I'm adding this to my watch list to keep an eye on it.
That would have been a good buy a few weeks ago, man.
It was a good buy on Tuesday, the 31st of March, 2 days ago at 10 a.m. It was at $1.12.
What's it now?
To 170. 170.
Okay.
And sell frame. What's the other one? I've never heard of that either. That's another. Apparently, it's another token.
I had no idea, bro.
That also was a really good buy at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, the 31st, and it's up, nearly 2x from its lows. So, I mean, I'll keep an eye on these. I've added them to my watch list. They look, I mean, this is what they look like.
Look at the chart.
So, yeah, hey, big pump. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a 2x off the bottoms. But hey, like most altcoins, they're putting in new all-time lows. So, I mean, hey, this one actually looks a bit better. I mean, this is the quantum. This could be the sender. I mean, I'll keep an eye on this. When it all starts to go slow again, I'll be looking at, hey, maybe I should just buy $500 of this. Maybe, I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Those are the greatest coins you find that are bottomed out like that, and they do it like a U-shaped ramp recovery. That's
great. Bull transition. I can't wait for that. We're not far away, guys. As I said, we started the show with that. We talked about drift protocol at the start. We also spoke about obviously the bear cycle transition as well. So, Greeny, let me get the Zillow link to the new crib. No, bro, I'm not showing you where I'm going to live. It's expensive, and if rates keep going up, we probably have to bloody sell the bloody thing. We'll have to wait and see. Last couple of stories. I thought we might run a little bit longer today, purely because we didn't have a show yesterday, and tomorrow it's Easter, so we won't be live as well. But Bitcoin is closer to its buy zone than it has been in years. This article was written yesterday as well. Bitcoin still trades around about 21% above its realized price, indicating most holders remain in profit, and that on-chain data do not yet signal a classic long-term accumulation zone. Hey, who else has been saying that? On-chain statistics supporting what we've been talking about. The gap between spot and realized price has compressed rapidly from roughly 120% premium in late 2024 to only a 21% now premium, suggesting a fast-moving compression phase rather than a complete market reset. Okay, so time is still on your side. On-chain indicators show no capitulation event or broad institutional surge in demand, implying that a deeper drawdown towards the realized price of near $54,000 may be needed to mirror past cycle bottoms. Craig, that's honestly, that is the best article I've read in a long time, because it's actually factual. It's basing on-chain statistics with price, and hey, I align with that very wholeheartedly. So I like that. I like that a lot.
And 54K is not crazy talk either. It's not scaring anyone. Like, I don't think anyone reading that's like, whoa, that's lower than I thought. I don't think 54. And when you think about it, what's 54K from here?
Like a 10% drop.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah, 10 to 15%. That lines up with what I was saying earlier perfectly. That doesn't mean the article's correct, but I think the real scary part, like we were saying earlier, is over. The dip from 126, 127 now to 60, that was your scary part.
Yeah.
And then give me 54. I will buy lots of Bitcoin. I want lots of this stuff this time, man. And I'm going to keep away from altcoins mostly this time as well.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. That's probably going to be the last article. I mean, I wanted to just briefly touch on the S&P 500. And
Nice
we did
bounce.
see macro structure break, but it has reclaimed it on this weekly candle. So if you start to see it close above 6542 again, well then yeah, it's reclaimed that macro level. And if we have a look at the monthly close, it actually did hold on the monthly, Craig. So we were dooming and glooming this and calling this distribution and trading
You
back
called it
towards
over. It's over.
and calling the bubble popping. But I mean, you can still look at this and say that stochastic momentum has been overextended above the 80th percentile on the monthly chart since September 2023. That is very bearish. I just got to charge my speaker for Craig in case he drops out. But that's pretty bearish. It is very bearish because we have a long way to go. But we seem to have reclaimed it with price action. So this Trump speech in about an hour and a half time will be very interesting. Will be very, very interesting because it could determine a lot of different things. I mean, I feel like he's holding the market up. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Yeah, very much so. Yeah, very much so. I wanted to ask about what was that guy's name again? I always get it wrong, and it always reminds me of the drag show on Netflix, Raul Paul or whatever. You know that guy who talked about Banana Zone?
Yeah, Raul Paul. Yeah.
Raul Paul, it's the right name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw he put out a video, or someone did a clip of his stuff the other day, and he was suggesting possibly we're not in a bear market, we're in a kind of midway or somewhere reset, and we're going to see higher prices on all of these in 26. And I'm like, please happen, but how's he still saying that?
Because he sells
Am
products.
I retarded? Am I the dumb one in the room here? Or
he sells products, he sells dreams to people. He's not realistic. He has got it so wrong. I follow Jamie Coots, one of his top analysts, and he's a far better follow because he just gives you the facts in stats and on-chain analysis. He's an Aussie, or he was at was CryptoCon.
Okay. Jamie Coots.
Yeah, like Raul Paul, no, he's just the face of the company. Like, sure, he's made a lot of money. He got a lot of things right. He's also been wrong a lot of times. Never really took ownership of it. But yeah, I don't know. I used to listen to him. There's a reason I don't listen to him anymore.
Yeah, if everyone was waiting for the Banana Zone, we didn't get it. So I just saw a post on X, someone going, "Aren't you the guy who said XRP's getting a Banana Zone? You effing idiot!" It's like,
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. What are your thoughts on this bounce? Do you think this is just because Trump's talking about easing tensions, and so
probably
people went, let's go in?
I would say so, and I mean, like the dollar is at a very crucial level here. Did we speak about this, or maybe I spoke about it with GTG? But
we did the other day, yeah.
Yeah, the dollars here is at a very important supply demand support resistance zone. So if you can flip this, then yeah, risk on assets are not looking too good for the near future. But if it rejects from here and comes back down and retests again, then yeah, I could see Bitcoin go back to 70K region and other assets do well as well. And the S&P sort of hold up. So yeah, a lot probably depends on the decisions that are going to be made in the near future. And I mean, we spoke about it earlier in the show, but the US weren't going to have any rate. They were going to have rate decreases this year, but due to inflation, which is, and due to the fuel issue, due to a range of different things, it's the same in Australia. We've already had rate increases. We're probably going to have more. So very interesting times. Very interesting times. For risk on assets, I think there's a big decisions to be made in the near future.
What's the stablecoin dominance looking like?
It's also come down a little bit as well. It hasn't quite. It's just steady. It's still steady, right? It's still steady.
Yeah, that's the one I want to watch.
Yeah. So I'm still watching this, but like the monthly is getting close. Like we aren't if we look last time, the monthly didn't even get up to these levels where we saw. So the monthly isn't far away. This is another reason that I've decided to start accumulating. Because you're not going to time the bottom. I think that's a big lesson. If you have orders set low and they hit, sick, but you got to have a plan. And trust me, this is my fourth bear cycle, so I probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, these are at least things that I'm looking at from a macro scale to consider what my positioning is going to be in the near future.
Hey, just another quick one. Shout out to Rect. Did they just release a powdered energy drink?
Did that?
Yeah, I'll share the
clip, the tweet. Yeah. Shout out to OSF. We'll pull that on stream. Last topic of today. Here we go. It's only an incredible day for Rec drinks. So very similar to obviously Powerade and whatnot, Gatorade. We even had the Amazon team reach out due to an exceptional first day. Dude, shout out to OSF, man. These guys are killing it. Dude, their token isn't killing it though. We'll talk about that. Very excited for what this year is going to bring for us. This is huge news. Okay, huge news, mate.
Greeny, what plugin do you have that shows the prices of all the tokens that I see on your screen?
What do you mean?
Like when you scroll down, it's got the rect price. Go down.
Where?
On that screen?
Here. I think it's just just on X. But sometimes maybe it only works in the comment section. Like when I post something, it does. Oh no, it does. It does. It does have it. Yeah. So I think it's just a setting that you can have on Twitter. Yeah.
What? How do I add that thing?
I don't know.
That's incredible tech.
Oh, it takes me to OKX. Wow, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, what the hell? Anyway, I just thought that's handy how you've got that. They always see that on your screen. I'm like, do you have a plugin for that or something? Like,
no. And all these people that have like the plugins around the profile, like, oh, what their rating is. Oh,
no, I know the ethos rating. Hey, who cares, man?
And that shit to 0, bros.
Yeah, ethos ended up being shite. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a circle jerk.
Yeah, it is. So anyways, the token is now below 60 million. I'm just staying patient. Give me 50 million sub and I probably start accumulating this. Dude, they're about to partner with Amazon, dude. Are you serious?
That's not bad. We need to partner with Amazon. Amazon reach out.
Hey guys, we outtrade hedge funds. We're looking for a partner. Thank you. Yeah, big news. So no, I'm staying patient. I think this does start to trade back towards the levels that I've been waiting for a while, 46 million to 23 million. These are diehard holders, diehard community, super dope founders, so plugged in with worldwide liquidity, with crypto, outside of crypto, Web 2, branding, business revenue, a drink that just screams like Red Bull competitor being wrecked, okay, drinks. So for me, Craig, this seems a very good opportunity if we go sub 50. Very good opportunity. If you're happy to sit on your bags for a good couple of years, I think.
Yeah, that's probably one of the few memes, if you want to call it a meme coin.
Brand meme.
Brand coin.
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
It's probably one of the few I'd actually dabble with now. Like I said, I'm going to keep away mostly from altcoins and just trade Bitcoin and metas. That's it. Keep it simple. I think I would have done a lot better in the last bull if I'd stuck to that thesis the whole time.
So talk to me about your Pudgy Penguin last topic. Are you going to sell it? What's your plan with your Pudgy Penguin?
Well, I'll probably have to sell it before June / July. So
we're at $8,000 right now, Craig. If we are going lower, they're going to be less valuable. $8,700 for a Pudgy Penguin.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I mean, are there any reasons to keep it?
You're bullish on the tech, bro. You're bullish on the company, bro.
Yeah, I figure I can buy it, and if things turn around, I can re-enter. I can sell, and then re-enter when I decide. I would almost rather have that 8.5K Bitcoin at 55K, man.
Dude, yeah. Look, you're gonna have times where NFTs outperform. I was saying this into someone else in GTG was asking Greeny, what about NFTs right now? I said I'm not really interested at all. The way to trade an NFT would be to hopefully try and time around the reaccumulation phase of Ethereum, then also time the bottom on the NFT. So then you have premium upside of both assets. The trouble being, I still think Ethereum has lower to go. So if you're buying Ethereum now at 2,100, like it could go down another 30%, in my opinion, if not maybe a little bit further. So if you're like looking at that and it comes down like to like $1,400, like you're saving is like a Pudgy Penguin could be worth only $5,000 soon. Like they did dip to $6,000 already. So like it's probably not a bad time. It's a big move. I mean, I still haven't done it yet. I'm still considering it, but like, dude, it's hard to let it go. It's hard to let it go. It's my PFP on Twitter. Everybody knows that Pudgy Penguin as Greeny trades. If I change my PFP, I don't like it's. I've had this Pudgy Penguin for a while now as my PFP. That's my only query. It's the only thing holding me back. Otherwise, I would get rid of it. Like, you know me, I'm ruthless. Like,
I'm waiting. Would you accept a bid or would you list it? I can't. If you say you're listed, I can't wait for that to hit the listings, man.
Yeah, but people don't know it's mine because it's got a different background.
Okay. Yeah, I just wondered how many.
It's in a wallet, and it's in a wallet that isn't even associated with my other wallets.
Yeah, you might get away with it then. You might get away with it. I was just thinking how funny it would be if you listen and people start tagging.
I mean, like there's this one here that is like very similar, just a different color scheme that I could just buy. But you're right. I think for me, Craig, it's hard. I think we probably go lower. So as hard as it is, this is probably, I mean, you're right, dude. $8,500 US. That's so much money.
It's decent.
And we're in a bear market. Like that's $12,000 AUD, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
And then I think, will Bitcoin pump first or these pump first? So I'm going to say Bitcoin pumps first.
Well, yeah. And would you rather hold 12 grand AUD in this or 12 grand AUD of Hyperliquid or Bitcoin? I don't know. It's a tough choice, man. It's a very.
I'd rather have 12 grand of Bitcoin at the moment. I'd feel safer. I'd feel safer.
How long? Until 27?
Yeah, possibly. I guess sell it, tax loss harvest into Bitcoin at some point.
Hopefully you can capture ETH 14, 1300 or lower.
Get one of these for $4 grand or something, and then.
Hey, Eldorado's right. Like that could be a new AC unit for that house you bought. I mean, it has AC, but it could be solar panels. It could be solar panels. That is true.
How long is it till Trump talks? Half an hour?
Hour and a half.
Gotcha.
We might wrap there. It's been a huge show. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Eldorado. Shout out to everyone in the comments as well who tuned in earlier, and everyone who's watching the replay. Thanks for tuning in, and obviously everyone who's listening back across Spotify, Apple, and everything. Guys, make sure you drop a follow. Make sure you drop a subscription on YouTube. Make sure you drop a little 5-star rating on Apple or on Spotify. Really helps us beat the new algo, obviously, and get promotional access to other people in a wider community. So we very much appreciate it. We're going nowhere. I've been doing this full time now for 3 years. We've been streaming together for 3 years, and we've absolutely nailed multiple trends on chain across macro and across crypto and across on chain liquidity and even degenerate stuff. My mom has called me, so that's a sign that we need to wrap. Craig, mate, have a lovely Easter weekend with your family, and chat, have a lovely Easter weekend with your family, and we'll be back again live next week, guys. Thanks so much for tuning into Market Mates. Go follow us on X so you can stay up to date with our announcements.
Thanks, everyone. Happy Easter, and we'll see you guys back on Tuesday.